Welcome to In the Green Room. I'm Kinga.
And I'm Chet.
And
Pearl. Hello, I'm Pearl.
Welcome back.
welcome back,
Always good to be here.
It's been a while since we've seen you. Yeah.
And we have an exciting show here. We are going to be talking about so many love. We're going to be talking about solar boating, food, you name it. Can you introduce yourselves?
Hi there, I'm Heather Craigen. This is my husband, Robin.
How's it going?
Definitely some folks with a little bit of a passion with travel.
And we also have Nash in studio too. I don't know.
I don't know if
you
come here,
can-
Nash.
Yeah, let's
Stop.
get Nash up there.
There you go.
There's Nash.
He's a golden retriever for the listeners who
Luca's
can't
future
see.
husband.
Very beautiful, very beautiful.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
cute. He's cute.
He kind of
All
matches
right.
my dress for anyone who's watching.
He'd love to be on the show. He has lots of opinions.
Goldens really are the best dogs. They're so loving and they just love on everybody. Yeah.
So Pearl,
True
give a little
family dog.
synopsis about what the show is about.
Okay, wow, we're right on spot. Okay, so we are gonna, I love this show because we cover all kinds of topics. We were talking with Heather, she's like, give a quick synopsis about the show. I'm like, that's not quick.
Yeah, we might go anywhere, you know? Yeah.
Exactly. We love the grounding of course, sustainability, but it's in all areas of life, from business to your lifestyle to your mindset. It's underneath there. So when we covered everything about love, as you know, for all of our steady listeners. We talked everything about love to music to laughter, joy, business.
Wine.
We're gonna make wine, of course. How did I forget wine?
Relationships
Wine,
and pets.
Today we're
Yeah.
talking about travel and boats. I'm really excited about that. Unnecessarily so, but very excited about that.
So exciting, so exciting. Well, Chet, you grew up boating, and you have never been on a solar boat before.
Yeah, our grandparents had a boat when we were little kids, but yeah, and it's really a very fun experience for sure. So.
But you did the sailing thing, you did the every kind of boating, and I thought you sometimes were behind the wheel, no?
I mean, yeah, but when I was like a little kid, not recently.
Okay, not recent, that's true, it hasn't been recent. So tell us how you guys met, tell us a little bit about you.
Let's talk about the boating aspect from landlocked Arizona. It's understandable why there's not a big introduction here, but Robin and I met.
You should be about
Yep,
this,
right here.
so you sound better.
Yep.
Okay.
Robin and I met in the Caribbean about
How'd you meet?
26 years ago, running. So he was a bareboat captain, and I became a boat chef.
Okay.
But was definitely just having fun and something to do in your 20s, just to escape and just hang out in the Caribbean and meet some wonderful people and learn about what I'd like to do in life.
So you can cook, and did you ever feed him?
I actually hired Heather as a chef a long time before she really acquired her cooking skills. So, as you'll find out, she's a good talker, and she talked herself into this job. And told me what a great chef she was. I think she was really talking about what a great chef she was going to become. But we started working together. We did a couple of charters, and then we did some traveling. And along the way, I was able to introduce her to the owner of a beautiful 72-foot yacht, Endless Summer 2. And that began Heather's career in being a chef, because she explained to the owner of the boat that she was far from being a yacht chef. It was a beautiful boat, and she was fine as far as being the first mate. And his opinion was, well, I really want to have you as my chef, so I'll teach you. And over the course, I was traveling in Australia for that winter. I was into yacht racing at the time. Went to Australia to do the Sydney to Hobart race, came back from that, and Heather had transformed into a full-blown charter chef.
Wow.
And they were doing charters all around the islands, the British Virgin Islands. And all of a sudden, from not being exactly sure how to do scrambled eggs and bacon, she was doing 3 meals a day for 11 guests, including crew, and laughing and joking along the way. So it seemed like she found something that was her natural passion.
Wow, and somehow a book came out of all this?
Yeah.
A cookbook or something?
Gosh, I guess it was a
When did
year
I-
or two later.
Yeah, I mean, as you expanded on her chefing skills by going to Cordon Bleu, and the
Okay.
Culinary
you did.
Institute of
Oh.
America. So,
Yeah.
you know, really bringing in her skills. And from there, she was inspired to, you know, the recipes that we had as the menu on the yacht. Guests kept on asking us for recipes as they were leaving. It sprung up the idea about doing a cookbook.
Okay.
So we
Wow.
spent one
That's
summer
great.
driving around Europe in a camper van writing a cookbook.
Wow, that's what an exciting life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where did it lead to dating and getting married? And how long did
That kind of just happened along the way. I mean, we were having fun. We were enjoying what we were doing. I think it became very
Excellent.
obvious to the two of us that, you know, there was a future for us together. And
But what was it, love at first sight? Were you dating from the beginning?
yeah, I mean, we were dating and
Yeah,
working
it's
together,
details.
and then we began traveling. And it was on travels to Africa that we got engaged.
Wow.
Yeah, I definitely like to say if any single women are looking for a wonderful place to go, the British Virgin Islands is great. I think I was single for 24 hours when I was there, so and I lived there for almost 7 years, so it wasn't bad odds, but definitely it was a great opportunity to meet Robin. And then because at the time I was homeless, because you can live like that in the islands. You can just travel. 25 years ago, you can just live easily without a place. And
Well, how did you decide I'm moving to the Virgin Islands? How did that happen?
so I went to university in Baltimore, Maryland, and when I was graduating, my roommate's aunt and uncle were going down on a learn to sail course, and I was like, oh, we're coming with you, because she had the coolest aunt and uncle ever. And my roommate was from Long Island, and she was like, is there going to be somewhere for my hairdryer? I was like, do not worry about it. We're going to have an awesome time down here. And ultimately, by the end of that week, I had found my first boyfriend in the islands. So
And
that was not Robin.
Oh, it was not Robin. Oh, it was not Robin.
Not Robin, but it was another guy with a British accent, which apparently I'm kind of partial to.
Okay, so then how did it transpire from that boyfriend to Robin?
So then,
We're really getting into it.
I want to know.
maybe we should have had that bottle of wine. Yeah, normally this is like a couple of glasses in here, but well, fortunately, I worked for Marriott at the time, and they had a position at the Frenchman's Reef right there in St. Thomas, and I got that job. So I got the opportunity to have a contract down there for 6 months, and the old boyfriend would sail over from the BVI, and we had a great experience just sailing around the islands. Went all over up to Florida with him for a couple of years, and then came back, and we were going to do racing charters.
Okay.
And that was
Nash is trying to get on the mic.
Yeah, he's like,
Hey,
I
buddy.
am so determined to talk. I have things to say.
Oh my God, he loves you.
Yeah,
cute.
yeah.
He's like, let me meet Puka.
I'm so glad you're used to it.
he
To
is,
this
he's
amount
just-
of attention from these guys.
Oh yeah, Goldens are the best.
They definitely have a lot of love.
Oh yeah.
Every lick he's saying, let me meet Puka. So back to your story.
No. So that was the first couple of years sailing around, and then, as Robin said, we met up. 2 years after I was there. You'd been there 3 or 4 years as a yacht captain, and just for Pearl's sake, because she's like, okay, now wait a minute, what is a yacht charter? And just to make sure that we all understand it. It's basically a rental boat, much like a rental car. You can have bareboats, or you can have a crewed yacht experience, where if you don't know how to sail, then you can go down there and you can rent a boat, and then you rent a chef and captain, and they'll sail you around. So you don't have to have your hands on, but you also can get involved and be a part of the
But
sailing.
that's smarter to do it. That's safer, because especially if you're
It's
gonna.
a great way to have a great vacation.
Yeah.
Just
And so I know we're now going to be purchasing a new boat. Tell us about that.
Yes,
and-
this is the part I'm excited
Well,
about.
there's
yes.
it's
So
been
we're-
25 years between then. So what we realized when we got married and we were working on the boat and talking about raising a family was that that's not something you can pull off when you're working on a yacht. So that was where we had the idea.
Why?
that-
Why?
well, it's kind of inconvenient having toddlers screaming, running around when you have guests on a boat for a luxury experience.
That's bring down the luxury.
Yeah, it's a little different.
It's definitely, that's a lifestyle for single people, because it's 24/7 when you're with the guests. You have that responsibility to the guests, to the crew, to the boat. So it's pretty hard to handle anything else other than your entire focus on the guests when you're doing that. But we loved that business, and we loved hearing from people that this is one of the best vacation experiences we've ever had. And so our thought was like, how do we stay in this business? How do we keep that connection alive? Or are we just going to move to the States and get a regular job? And the idea that we came up with was to replicate that experience in a ski chalet. So
This is brilliant. Listen to this. I love this. I think the
So,
color is right. Should we take the color out?
So we had identified that we had a love of Colorado, and we found Steamboat Springs way up in the mountains in northwest Colorado, and we put it together, a family investment plan. We got a lot of people jumped in behind us, and we put it together to go and buy a 6-bedroom home, which 25 years ago is not the same story as it would be now. But to basically create a new concept, a catered ski chalet, full service, just like the experience that we offered on the boat, where you would come and stay in the house and we would do everything for you. Heather is the chef, myself, and then ultimately another person working with us in the house doing the housekeeping and picking the guests up from the airport and organizing everything for them so that they could just focus on being on vacation. I want to go skiing? Sure, I'll take you over there. Where do we go for dinner? Well, we can cook your dinner here. That was part of our package. Or we can take you out to one of the nice restaurants in town. So we would try and anticipate every move for the guests so that all they had to do was say, okay, let's go. And we could make it happen for them.
And I imagine that was quite lucrative because when people want that experience, they're willing to pay an arm and a leg for that.
Yeah, it's all about service.
It wasn't really our model, though. I mean, we weren't. Quite often, people would say that, like, "Oh, that must be super expensive." But as we would say, our model, we were in Steamboat Springs. We weren't in Aspen. We weren't in Vail. We weren't at the high end of the market. We were much more oriented to people coming and wanting to have just an easy, relaxed vacation. Steamboat's a very agricultural based community. It's not the same caliber, or I shouldn't say that. It has excellent restaurants, but it's a different feel. Exactly, from some of the other towns. So it was what made sense, is that you can just relax in these stunning, amazingly beautiful homes and just go for a ski, hit the hot tub, and come down to dinner in your robe and just chill out and relax. And put the kids down. If you have kids with you, they're safe, they're there, and then you can have they're fed, and then you guys can have a great meal at 7:30.
So what's a good example of, like, what would that cost for a week or so for a family?
In today's terms?
In today's terms, I mean, like Heather might have made it sound like it wasn't that of an expensive of an experience. Definitely, you're paying for the service and you're paying for the experience
That's
that we
what I was
offer.
thinking.
Yeah.
The way that the business has grown from just that one house to Nash is kind of taking over the show.
The YouTube presentation, Nash and Luke are having a dance.
So anyway, continue.
The way the business has definitely evolved is what we realized is that people do love to rent the nicer homes with us. And that service really took that experience to the next level. So we are working with the nicest homes in the market, and that is truly the luxury sector. It came along right at the time that people started renting homes as a way of experiencing a ski vacation. So now we have that term Airbnb. I think we were in business at least 10 years before Airbnb was even on the map.
Interesting.
So it was back in the day of where renting a home was kind of an unusual thing to do. Now it's become pretty mainstream. And with that, I think our business evolved into the space of saying, well, we can offer that experience of consistency, that we provide the same linens on the bed, very much like when you stay in a Marriott, get that Marriott bed experience. Every bed in every one of the 250 homes we now manage in 4 ski resorts has the same bedding, the same toiletries, the same welcome book, the same experience for the guest. So we've created that professional lodging experience in multiple locations, in multiple homes. Even though those homes are not built by us, they're individually owned. They are second homes, family homes, vacation homes for families that are from all over the world. They chose to have a home in Colorado. We provide them with a way of having that home professionally managed and cared for year round, and then we take care of the guests that come and stay in the home and make sure that they have everything that they need. So you can see how we started with one home and the business kind of evolved in a number of different ways.
And
That
Kate,
is so
Kate
smart.
was asking this weekend,
Mhm.
she's like, how do you make sure that the people are safe?
Yeah, how
The
do you
people
vet
that
the
are there with your crew are going to be safe. And I was like, wow, something we just never really
Well, safety, I think, has become a huge part of our business. I mean, it's something that
Okay.
as the business has become more professionalized, people have come to realize that you make a lot of assumptions when you go and stay somewhere. You know, that the fire alarm works, that there's smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, that whatever safety that we assume we get with a hotel, well, I'm staying in a professionally managed home, I'm going to get the same things. So for us, I think we have a huge focus on that, and we've worked with national safety experts who've come and inspected our homes and shown us that you actually have to pay attention even to the brand and the type of smoke detector you have in a home, because not all of them are as good as each other. And I mean, that's one of the things that I think our guests get when they stay with Moving Mountains in one of our homes, is that safe, professionally managed experience. Sad to say that that's not always true with what you might find on Airbnb.
I don't think most people would be thinking about that. I know for me, I
There you go.
certainly wouldn't be
Yeah.
thinking about it. And it's not because I don't care or safety, it's
Yeah.
just I'm not. You said something very key, professional, right?
Right.
So you're professionals in this industry. So that's a different mindset of how you're thinking and making certain that your homes are laid out. Whereas Airbnb, most people aren't professionals when they're doing Airbnb. So they're just not thinking the way a professional would be thinking about
That's the
their
tricky
That's a good
part
point.
about where
Right.
our industry is right now. I think that people make a lot of assumptions about the pretty pictures they see, and the fact that the Airbnb platform offers that Amazon level experience, shopping experience. You can book a home, you can literally just click and buy, and then you're staying in the home and you're thinking, oh, this is great. Everything is great until everything isn't great. So
I mean, let's say you rent an Airbnb. How do you know that there's not like cameras in the bathroom?
that's
Very
one of the
good.
You know,
biggest
saying
that's
that,
one of the
Mhm.
biggest concerns that people have expressed. I mean, it is one of the things that's difficult in our industry, is explaining that that's not us, that's not, that we have standards. It's written into our owner contracts that that's absolutely not possible. No recording, no cameras, no surveillance of guests inside the house. But yeah, I think it's a big concern.
What do you enjoy more, doing the yacht or the ski chalets?
Good question.
No.
The two
Well,
opposite ends of the
yeah,
spectrum.
Ah,
Yeah, you know, I mean, as I said, in the beginning, I think I've never lived further from the ocean, so I could tell you, I've got a passion for sailing, and I still love to do that. But as far as like what do we miss about it? Well, the answer is that we still love sailing. We want to get back to it. But we've really enjoyed being in a business where, I mean, vacation time is like one of the most special times that we all have in our lives. And for us to be part of people saying this is one of the best vacations that we've ever had, we've had a great experience, we've made memories, and people choose to come back and stay with us again. It's, you know, what we realized is, and especially in listening to some of our guests talking about what they do for a living, is that there are many jobs where you don't get that kind of validation about what it is that you do for a living.
I love that. So meaning you're rewarded by hearing
It's
about the
instant
joy.
gratification
The
for
joy.
us. The joy.
Right.
Yeah,
The joy.
the memories
Mhm.
that people create. What are the best times in your lives? Aren't they probably tied to some time you spent with family or friends, special moments, memories, celebrations? We get to be part of that.
And what I love is you are actually, I mean, if it's your passion and you enjoy being on the water, you
We love
enjoy
it.
then you're having fun as you're working.
You are. And I mean, on the water, you're getting to make memories as well. So I'm going to transition us because I'm still very curious about the boat that you're building.
Yes.
All of these properties.
Yes,
I'm going back to the boat.
Yeah, let's go back to the boat because it's sustainable because it's solar. I know Chet was trying to discuss with me earlier that really boating is not sustainable, and I'm like, yes, it is.
Well, it is if you're doing a solar boat, so that's why it's a really important distinction to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Maybe
right.
earlier on I didn't say that. So we are talking about sustainable boating, being solar. They are leaving to France soon to go. They have a boat being built right now that's solar. So tell us about that.
Sure. So the evolution of our business to back to yachting was that we decided to celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary by going to the Annapolis Boat Show. And you might have heard that expression like never demo anything without a credit card in your pocket. But we made the mistake of stepping on this beautiful 65-foot catamaran and realizing that maybe there's a great opportunity here. How we saw how well our business is doing, how many clients stay with us over and over. And we thought about the complexities of booking a yacht vacation and realized that maybe we can bring something to this. Maybe we can help encourage more people to have that experience. So we decided that we should explore that. We developed a business plan and we decided to go for it and build a 65-foot catamaran and bring our business full circle around to the point of origin, back to the British Virgin Islands from where we came 25, now 27 years
Love
ago.
it. But also your kids are older where you're able to
Our
do
kids
that
are
now.
grown and just about out of the
18
house.
and 21.
Yeah, 18 and 21. So we have a little bit more freedom to travel. And, we like a challenge. And definitely this has been a lot of new things for us. We know sailing. Like our team looked at us and said, what do you mean a sailboat? What do we know about sailing? And we have to remind them that this is where the world that we came from. And then, as we looked at that, we do have many sustainable themes in our existing business, but we saw that opportunity to build something that is even within, sailing is using the power of the wind to sail, so it's already in harmony with nature. But what's interesting about it is with all the systems that you have on these boats, a lot of them sit there even though they're sailboats and they run their generator 24 hours a day. So one of the opportunities we saw was, what about if you could harness all that natural sunlight that's beating down on the boat all day long?
And the wind.
And then take wind power and other forms of renewable energy that are right there in front of you and harness that, put that into a battery bank so that you're not just running a diesel engine to charge the batteries to run the air conditioning all the time. So we have renewable energy sources, a large lithium power bank of batteries. We have a system, an integral system that will charge the batteries from every single motor anytime anything is on. So if you're running the engine to drive the boat, you're charging the batteries. If you're running the generator, you're charging the battery. If you're just sitting out in the ocean, you're getting solar power and you're recharging the batteries so that you can keep all the systems of the boat running, but you can minimize the amount of energy that you're using.
That's awesome. So if anybody's listening and they want to do a vacation on that boat, what is the capacity and when are you
Good
guys going to
question.
start
Yeah.
sailing?
Yeah, we take delivery of the boat in June. She's going to be called Endless Summer 3, so continuing
Endless summer?
3.
Three.
Yeah.
Okay.
The boat we ran 26 years ago was Endless Summer 2. We're continuing the legacy of the Endless Summer boats.
And it's 65.
65 foot. Endless Summer 3 III, Endless Summer, III.com is the website, soon to be live. And you'll also be able to see information about that on our website, movingmountains.com.
How many bedrooms are
Yeah,
in
5 cabins.
5 cabins, 10 guests.
it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
enough for 10 people?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep, 10
Yeah.
people.
Okay.
And then it'll have 2 or 3 crew, depending on the group that takes the boat, and then everything included. So it'll have a fully stocked bar, it'll be all your meals, it's your choice.
And you'll
If
be
you-
cooking?
I will not be.
Oh,
No,
no.
but what is really exciting is we're looking forward to in September. We're just in the hiring process now for the yacht. And then in September, we're going to all come together and get the boat all outfitted out so that we're ready for the October Annapolis Boat Show. So it's going to be the main highlight, at least to us, of the boat show. And we look forward to, after 25 years, a lot of our past guests from Endless Summer coming that live on the East Coast. We're looking forward to a couple of nice party nights with those guys to hang out, show them what
So you
happens
become
25
friends
years.
with your.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is a
Come as
relationship
guests, leave
business.
as friends.
We've become friends with the homeowners that we work with. We have a lot of great connections with the guests that have stayed with us over the years.
Yeah.
I mean, as we said, we've become part of each other's lives. And what's so exciting for us, and we've gone through this 25-year journey, is remembering that some of the people that came with us with their little kids when we first started, their kids are coming back with their families 25 years on. We're at the point of seeing people that we met when they were 5-6 years old in their 30s now, with their
love it.
partners. It's like we're in that circle of life together. So we've become that
I love
place.
that
Yeah.
circle of life together.
Yeah.
Well, because some people don't get it. They're like, some people are just in sales and they're just in sales, but some people are more like how we are. How just become friends with
Are you talking
everybody.
about sailboats or like
Yeah.
selling boats? Which
Good.
one?
Yeah, good
What
point.
type of sales?
Well, and honestly, a couple of years
I
ago,
think she was going
we
with
did.
selling.
It was very
Definitely
confusing.
SAIL thing.
But if you make connections and you make friends with everybody, then it's always gonna make it more, just more productive. I mean, just in the future.
Productive and memorable. I mean, to us, what we love about the way that we used to run the boats that we worked on is we felt a part of their vacation. Like we were always thinking, what can we do to make this better? What's something I could show them? Oh, I really think that they'd enjoy to go for this hike, or oh, they really need to see this one special place. So we're
That
not
you were talking about making memories, but it's personalized.
Very much
personalized
so.
exactly what
Yeah.
they want. That's what
As
you
you
were
get to
always
know the
challenging
guests
yourself.
and listen to what is it you want to do this week while
Yeah.
you're here, you might hear, well, we want to do something that, really away from the crowd, or what's a unique snorkeling place that we could go to, somewhere that, and that's when we would take the boat around, make a special effort to get to a place that's maybe harder to get to, where the corals are a little more wild and free range, and you're looking for those unique experiences so that people feel like the vacation was tailored to them.
Will the
Well-
food be completely organic and healthy? Does the guests make the menu of what they want? Do you ask questions about that, or do you just decide? And why are you not cooking?
Exactly. Well, that's definitely very exciting to see the quality of chefs that are out there now. Little bit beyond what my little grassroots learning of yacht chefing was back in the day. But definitely, I mean, that's one of the key things. You have a dedicated chef there working for you. So if you're a vegan and you only eat red meat, they make it happen. They basically just ask you, what are your favorites, what are your dislikes, and what are your allergies or limitations, special dietary
And then they just
concerns.
surprise you.
And then that's
Because I'm big on food. Like I'm a total foodie.
and
so
that's
that would
the
be really
best
key
way.
for me.
Yeah, to me the best thing is I don't have to think about it. I
Right.
just tell you
That's
what I like,
exactly
and
what I was
then
thinking. I was
yeah,
like,
I don't have to think about it. I don't
already
have to
told
buy
them,
it.
Don't do this, and everything else. Like, surprise me. Let's see what's going to be on the menu tonight.
And, everyone's different. Some
Yeah.
people come into these experiences
control.
saying, I want this, and what they experience is as they get to know the chef, and as the chef gets to know the rest of the group and realize it's not just the guy who booked the trip that we're trying to make happy, then I think, the menu tends to change. It depends from one group to the other. But the beauty is nothing has to be standardized, right? Nothing, you can tailor it to the guests.
Do you ever do like a catch of the day where you catch a fish and then grill it on the
Great
boat?
question.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. Yeah.
That was definitely a possibility. Much more so, we would have the channel where in the British Virgin Islands, there's about 50 islands that make up a channel. So it's an ideal cruising grounds because the waves basically don't get higher than 2 to 5 feet in the
Okay.
channel. It's really, really low and easy, so
Smooth.
it's smooth.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's eyesight navigation. Oh, let's go over there today, and you're never out of sight of land, and it's easy. But there's not as many fish left in
Oh,
the
okay.
channel. So there are guys that go out. There are local fishermen that will go out, and then that's what we always like
Yeah,
to do
tell
is
you.
connect
Cool.
with them.
We
Is
connected one
Yeah.
time with a group that had just brought in a fresh swordfish.
swordfish.
Oh wow.
Like,
Can
they were
still
cutting it
remember
up
it.
On the deck of the boat.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be able to just, as we went by, pick up, 10 steaks that night.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I
That's
swear
amazing.
that's some of the
Yeah.
best swordfish I've
Oh,
ever
yeah.
had in my life.
Yeah.
Fresh is the best.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is.
There
I
is
love
a
seafood,
difference.
so-
Fresh frozen and fresh, there is a difference.
Yeah.
Oh, huge difference. Huge.
Yeah.
So what about safety wise on like does it get stormy there where there's
Ooh, good
huge
point.
swells?
Well, you're definitely subject to the weather, but then that would be where the crew comes into it. I mean, and that's maybe part of what keeps it exciting and challenging for the crew is you're going back to safety. You're trying to think about the safety of the boat and the guests, and you're watching the weather, and you make your plans accordingly. It's a beautiful thing that for 10 months of the year, really the weather's incredibly consistent there. It's kind of the
Which
opposite.
is what?
It's the opposite situation of what we moved to in Colorado, where we pray every day for snow. It's the snow that makes the ski business flourish. They're having a great ski season this year, but you can't control the weather. So when it doesn't snow, then you got to help your guests figure out something else. We've taken people horseback riding in January. That when the snow dies down and the skiing isn't that great, and people say, well, what else is there to do? Then you find other things.
Like hiking.
Hiking, snowshoeing, just getting in the backcountry. I mean, enjoy the outdoors. You have so much to experience there.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So will you guys be on this boat? Because you said you're not going to be cooking.
No.
I could say we're driving the ship, but our hands are not on the wheel.
Okay.
We're hiring the crew, we're helping them to manage it, but our role has evolved into helping others create those experiences for the guest. So I think
So you'll be there, but you're not. gonna be-
we have a team, we have a crew that'll be on the boat. We're helping the crew get aligned with our philosophy, making sure they understand there's a way that you can deliver these experiences, and we're not necessarily going to be like everybody else. That's something that I think we learned along the way is we have a less formal, less stuffy form of luxury, more approachable, teaching your staff to listen to the guests, see what it is that they want to do. Don't create a formula, but really kind of tailor those experiences to what is it people want to do. Some people are celebrating their time together. Other people come and this guy wants to do this thing. This person wants to go over here. These guys want to go scuba diving. These people want to go snorkeling. So you're the magician that, the crew are the magicians that make it happen. The chef is the one that keeps everybody fed throughout the week and
takes all some snorkel trips.
Yeah.
So how do you find this crew? I mean, you guys are now looking for crew. How do you
Yeah.
find them? First of all, second of all, are they on salary? Are you paying them
Yep.
per hour or?
they're on salary.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're part of it. It's like a year-round deal. And just like us, it's
Maybe I'll
kinda-
disappear for a year.
It's
Goodbye.
exciting, yeah.
Exactly.
They're out there. I can promise you. There are these
See ya.
amazing, fun, interesting people that's their lifestyle. It's
Mhm.
definitely a lifestyle job.
Mhm.
Yeah, it could be a second career for some folks
Yeah.
that we've interviewed, and then there's also, the 25-year-old people that have just decided this is what they want. They've done their university and they want to take some time and travel and explore, and they're just incredible networkers.
Mhm.
So you went back to the British Islands.
British Virgin Islands. Yep.
Pearl, you want to go? Let's go.
Is that where the swimming pigs are, or is that another area?
I actually just heard that's I
don't
think
know
that's the
if-
Turks
One
and
year, it'll be
Caicos.
fun.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I know it's somewhere in the Caribbean, but I was
Yeah.
gonna say, do you ever pull up there to get some bacon? Or,
I think the pigs would swim away.
Are there really swimming pigs?
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
It's in like 2 different islands in the Caribbean.
Stop it.
I'm
Really?
being
Really?
serious, yeah.
But I thought they were in the Virgin Islands.
Which
Yeah,
is in
well,
the
the Turks
Caribbean.
and Caicos are a little bit north of us.
Okay,
Yep,
yeah, and then I
uh-huh.
think it might also be in Bermuda too. I think there's an island in Bermuda that also has swimming pigs, but it's interesting. I
Okay,
don't
so
know.
what are your favorite
Yeah.
islands? Name some of your top 5 islands that are your favorite in the Virgin Islands.
Well, so the main island, the central island where everybody lives, is Tortola. But Joost van Dyke
Yeah,
is
beautiful.
just a fun, very kind of Caribbean, easygoing kind of place to visit.
Oh, Nash.
Keena
You're
and Nash
taking
are
the
having
chance.
another
Keep
moment.
Nash is taking over the show again.
All right, you can have Puka.
And
Okay, so well, say
Oh, they're
names
also
again.
swimming pigs in the Bahamas too.
Oh,
I just
there
looked
you
it up.
go.
So they're in a few different spots.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
Yeah.
they
fellow
branched
pig
out.
enthusiasts. But I would just want to eat them, so I don't know. I wouldn't.
Okay, so back to
Take
your
pictures
favorite
first.
islands. Please.
Favorite islands, I love Anegada, that's way up to the north.
Say it slowly.
Anegada.
Anegada. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Anegada is a coral atoll. It's about 20 miles out there, kind of to the north. So you sail out past Richard Branson's Necker Island, his private island, and head on out there, and you'll see, the white sands, and it's a beautiful place to go eat lobster on the beach.
Ooh, I like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So we don't
Talk
dock
about
at
very fresh.
Richard Branson's place. I got to meet him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I have a little video
He's
with
often there. Yep.
He's often there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I never saw him wave as we sailed by, but I didn't take that personally.
No, there's some beautiful. The amazing thing about the British Virgin Islands are they're still relatively untouched, which is the right
surprising.
mindset to go into when you're going there. It's still pretty laid back. They did get decimated in 2017 in Hurricane Irma. Horrendous
Yeah. It looked like a
devastation.
war zone on the
Yeah,
island
it
after
was
that.
really, but they have come back stronger than ever, and
That was one question I was going to ask. Do you store the boat somewhere during hurricane season, or do
That's
you
a
just
great
leave it out
question.
there?
Yeah.
That would
Brilliant
that would give me
question.
so much anxiety.
Yeah. 4
Yeah.
months
not
of
the
the
time you
year.
want to come.
4 months of the year, it gets a little sketchy down there. So the choices are: you literally take the boat out of the water and put it in the boatyard, and tie it down, and wait and see what happens. Or you sail south. You go down south of a certain latitude where hurricanes are extremely rare. I think it's down to the Grenadines, and you can be there for the winter. And you can be in the yard there, or you can do some charters down there.
Interesting.
Very
Yeah.
So does that season start in like August? Or?
July,
Typically, you'd go like
just
end of
starting.
July.
Okay.
Yeah.
August, September,
Yeah,
October.
August, September, October. Exactly.
So if you're looking to book a trip, do it sometime before then.
No,
Yeah.
after. Yeah. Prime time is basically Thanksgiving through the end of April, May.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the prime good steady winds. Everything's beautiful down there at that time. If you go in the summer, you're rolling the dice. Get your
Okay.
travel
So then,
insurance.
are you only going to have your boat during the prime time? Is it just prime
Yeah,
time?
or will you go down?
Where
We're thinking it will go down island. We think that that's a good strategy, and I mean, we would like to sail down island too, so I think that will be fun.
So when you have a cruise, so let's say I book it for my kids and
I think I
Pearl
just
and
heard her say
my
she was going to book
besties.
it.
So let's say we book it. Let's say we want to only go for what's an ideal amount of time, like
A week.
a minimum, a
Yeah.
week. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
a
so
week is great.
a week. How much is that going to cost?
Charters run between 65 and 75,000 for the week for 10 people, fully inclusive. With 3 crew. It's a beautiful boat. That's all of your meals and every one of the amazing experiences you're going to have.
So for 1 week,
Yeah.
for up to 10,
Yep.
it's going to be about $65,000.
Yep.
Okay, and that includes all your food. And what about alcohol?
Same.
Yeah.
Full
Now,
boat.
what do you do? Yeah. Now, what if you have somebody on the boat that is, should stop drinking? What do you do with your crew? Because what if you don't want them to fall off the boat?
Yeah, that's definitely one of the safety aspects that the crew takes on.
Yeah,
And
so-
much more, it's interesting as we're
Mhm.
interviewing our crews now, it's very black and white that, if there's a guest awake on the boat, then a crew member is up and is looking and making sure that everybody's safe. If everybody goes to sleep, sure, somebody could get up, but we're all grown adults too. Like at that point, like you can't take care of everything, but they definitely you don't get the chance to take the dinghy to go to shore yourself. You have to have a crew member take you to shore.
The good news though is
So-
that if you do fall off, at least their boat can turn around. Because I don't know if you saw that video of that guy that jumped off of the cruise ship
Oh my goodness.
a few months ago,
Yeah.
but
Oh my
he just was
I didn't see it.
pronounced
What happened?
lost. A guy was
Oh,
like drunk and got
seriously?
dared to jump off, and he jumped off. But cruise ships take miles to turn around.
Turn around
So they
is
weren't able
very
to turn around and
slow,
get him,
yeah.
and he's just lost at sea.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't turn around and
No.
get
No,
it?
because
No.
it's too big.
They
Yeah.
can't.
Too
They
much
can't just
time.
stop the boat. I mean, they'll go
But
back.
it's a life.
No, they'll go back, but it could take hours.
Yeah, they never found him.
Oh, they
Yeah.
tried to
It
find.
could take you more than an hour to stop the boat, turn it around and come back to the same place.
Oh my goodness.
So
Level with current and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they send other rescue boats, but the
Yeah.
cruise ship itself is not able to stop in time.
Yeah.
So
Best not to jump.
yeah, stay on the boat. But yeah, it's a wild video to watch.
Yeah.
Really, I hadn't heard that one.
Well, I had a friend that actually was scheduled to be on this show, and then he had a house that I'm not even going to say what lake, because people that are listening might know who I'm talking about. But he had multiple homes, and one of his homes, he had a boat. He went from one friend's house to another friend's house by himself because he recently broken up with his girlfriend, had too much to drink, and he ended up drowning.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, so I went to his funeral.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like sensitive and it's on my mind. But anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely drinking and driving, even a boat, is not a good idea.
Exactly. So back to the boat.
Yeah.
I still didn't really hear the answer. You won't be driving the boat. She won't be chefing the boat. But
We'll
will you
have a
be
crew.
on the boat?
No.
Oh, we intend to go and experience it with our family and our friends to
Right.
enjoy the boat. But we will not be part of the guest experience.
Okay.
So we are managing this from behind, just as the homes that we manage.
They already answered that they're not part of this crew.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I misunderstood.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be on it.
No, they've answered
but
that a
they're
few
not
times.
working.
Hey, nobody.
I thought they were going to act like yes, but
No.
Nobody.
Okay. So basically, you guys
so
are
this
just
is an
going to.
extension of their business, just like all
Yep.
their homes. Now they have
Exactly.
now they have the water homes.
Yeah,
it.
that's exactly it. It's just another opportunity to have unparalleled service.
And who
That's
does the
what we're thinking.
interviewing for your staff?
We are.
We're interviewing them
Yeah.
right now.
Together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, doing the video calls, but then we'll actually do the training with them, just because it's just something that we're really passionate about. Is you may be a yacht captain, you may be an amazing chef, but that doesn't mean that you know how to give good service. And that's really something that's just not out there. You have to kind of be introduced. And the way that we plan to train our crew is we will go back on the boat and take them as guests. So one of our first mates is going to come down and sail with us, and then we'll take the crew that we select will be our guests. And then we're going to show them, what does it feel like if we're cold and indifferent? What does it feel like if we're very familiar and comfortable with them? What does it feel like? So that, because most of the time, we never experienced what it was like to be a guest on a charter yacht until 25 years after we did it as a job.
Well,
So it's
how, like,
great to experience it.
obviously not in the bedrooms or the bathrooms, no cameras, but what
Right.
about having cameras where your crew is so you can see?
No,
if
it's
it-
kind of like Find My iPhone for your kids. It's probably just, like, yes, do I love to know, oh, the kids are coming, yeah, they're on their way, but do I want a video and watch them all the time? No. Because it's probably, at that point, to me, it's a bit of a trust factor. And also, I don't want to micromanage. I don't want to say, I would have done that differently. I saw this interaction with a guest, and I really don't think you handled it well. I'd rather them come and talk to me and say, hey, I had an interaction, it didn't feel good, what would you have done? And then hear their perspective and talk about it that way. But no, this is one time that it probably will make my heart break too, like that they're having all these great times down there, and I want to be I want to be in the moment wherever I'm living,
Right.
not
Okay,
there.
So what's on the bucket list? You guys have this new boat, this new adventure. You're hiring the crew. You're gonna have, you're gonna be making money as you're not on the boat.
Hopefully.
What's on your bucket list? What's the next?
Well, the interesting thing about the way that we've grown the business over the last 25 years is just realizing that there could be other experiences. So the sailing is something that we're exploring the model, and I would say if it goes well, then we could be doing more of that. We've also been talking about luxury villas by the beach. So having a beaches component to what we do. So you go from ski vacations to luxury beach vacations to sailing vacations. That's kind of the universe we're walking in right now.
I love it.
And then for us personally, we just love to travel. So we're off to Paris next week, and then
I love
after
it.
that
To Bordeaux.
to Bordeaux, where they're building the boat. So, there could be worse things than building a yacht in Bordeaux, I can tell you.
And I think we talked about this before the show, how you both are 24/7 together. You guys get along so well. What's the secret to that for people out there that are, looking
I
for that?
think you said it well.
Mm-hmm.
I think the secret for us is two people that really see the world the same way.
Mm-hmm.
We're out there to have experiences and adventures. We do a lot of fun things together. We've sailed together, we bike together, ski, snowboard.
Play a lot of pickleball.
Playing a lot of pickleball here in Phoenix. That's definitely the latest passion, and super exciting that our son has also gotten into that too. He's never found a sport that sustained him in school. Pickleball wasn't a thing back then, and now he's putting in 5, 6, 7 hours a day sometimes playing with friends and meeting a whole group of real cross section of different people.
I love it.
It's amazing how that sport has just cut through the society and kind of brings different people to come play together.
Yeah, that's definitely, pickleball is an interesting concept.
It's got its own culture.
I haven't
Yes.
played it yet.
We went to the
Have you played it?
professionals
You
yesterday.
have?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, I thought you were. No, I won't try it because I'm not.
I
Oh,
thought
it's
you
only a
football.
tennis
tennis.
player.
I thought you said pickleball's for the lazier person.
No, it's just a smaller version of tennis.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is it?
basically, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you never seen the court? It looks like a mini tennis court.
It really does.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
It's a lot easier than
and
tennis.
ping pong
It's
had
a lot
baby.
easier. Like
That's-
returning a serve in tennis is much harder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pickleball reminds me of like tennis and ping pong had a baby, and
It's a more
It is.
accessible skill level.
That's
yeah.
right.
That's it.
Yep. Yeah. Definitely all about the skill.
Well, I love it. So, Chet, are you going to want to go to the Virgin Islands and get on one of these?
Yeah, it
boats?
sounds like an awesome experience. Yeah.
Let's go.
I won't say no. I heard lobster. That was a
Oh, and an important question. It's a solar boat, which is sustainable, but how long have these been out there? How did you guys figure out to find it?
We've
or
been
go?
really, so I think a lot of that came from our experience of going and chartering a yacht down there, a sailboat. And for us, it's always been about using the power of the wind to move the boat. What we didn't enjoy about that experience was listening to the sound of the generator 24/7. So we went back to the boat manufacturer when we were in this decision about this is the boat we want to build. It's like, how can we build something more sustainable? And how can we tap into solar panels? How can we tap into energy efficient solutions? So we actually chose different decking for the boat. Teak is not now sustainable, so
Wow.
the supply of teak,
Oh.
it's from one specific region of the world. The supply is getting harder. It's not sustainably grown. So people are, the boat manufacturer came and said, well, we can offer you this choice of another kind of wood sustainably sourced out of Brazil. And then our agent came to us and said, actually, we found that cork, sustainably grown cork, is a better solution because it transmits less heat to the boat. If you have less heat, then you have less cooling to do, so you're saving energy. So even some of the materials you put into the boat can help the boat be more energy efficient. And then this whole idea about having a large battery bank was about being able to potentially run a large number of the boat systems using battery power when we're not running the generator, so that we can have fewer hours with generator time. So it's the whole sustainability angle. How can we use renewable energy to minimize other, carbon based energy sources?
Yeah, actually, one of the crews that we interviewed, that was their thesis that they're working on right now, is actually doing a carbon footprint of the boat that she's working
Really?
on. So
How
to
interesting.
anticipate what could they do to become carbon neutral.
Yeah, I was gonna
Wow.
ask you about how close to carbon neutral would be with all
Yeah.
the things that you put
Apparently,
into
there's a study that's going to be out soon.
Well, we'll have to get you guys back on and have
Yeah.
her with you guys. Also, question with food. Are you sourcing food from wherever you guys are locally to make it more sustainable?
Yeah.
and
I wish.
Organically?
That is a challenge because it's the
Yeah.
Caribbean.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So a lot of food does come down from the U.S. You rely on the supplies coming into the islands, but I think, encouraging the crew to provide healthy options. So, you're out in the outdoors, that helps you have a good appetite. You're enjoying nature, and I think, that was very much a theme of how this style of cooking is, healthy choices.
Okay, next question. This $65,000 boat, extravaganza for 10 days, or is it
For
7
a
days?
week.
For
For a week.
7 days.
Yep.
Does that also include your flight to get there?
No.
No.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
so, all right.
No.
I was
So-
like, I feel like I know the answer.
Yeah, that's right, that one.
So
Yeah,
basically,
no,
if you take 10 people, it's what? How much a person?
It's 6,500 a person. You can't divide things by 10. Come on.
Hey, you gave birth to
Wait,
it.
hold on. I thought it was 65,000.
Yeah, divided by
Yeah.
10,
By
that's
10.
6,500.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, he went to college. That's good.
I mean, that's like second grade math. So that's alarming.
I want to defend you, but
Hey, she's thinking on the fly here. Mm-hmm.
it was a great question.
So while these boat excursions are going on, are you guys going to be in Arizona, Colorado? Where do you guys see yourself next?
You know, that's a good question. We have a home in Costa Rica. We have a home in Colorado, and we have enjoyed spending our time here in Phoenix. So I think because our daughter's here, and
She's now a firefighter. How
firefighter,
exciting.
paramedic in the Phoenix Fire Department. So,
And
yeah.
doing real estate. Yay,
And
that's exciting.
yeah, it's exciting. So, you know, we have lots of options, and something that came from the pandemic was just realizing that you can work from anywhere. So, I think our choice is to travel and work from where we need to work from.
Okay, I've never been to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
We only have we have 4 minutes left.
Okay.
Can you guys give me why is Costa Rica so amazing?
That one I can definitely touch on. I mean, there's an endless list of why Costa Rica is amazing. A lot of green sustainability initiatives that are happening down there.
Really? Okay.
It really is. It is a pretty brilliant
Name
country.
one or two of them.
Well, the
I
rainforest.
was gonna say they're working with the natural reforest, the rainforest thing, Costa Rica as well.
Hey,
There's an incredible number of nature preserves, but they're preserving nature because the power of development down there could really overturn that country. But they've locked up areas of the country that cannot be developed and turned into, you know, tourist resorts, that kind of thing. So there's still something to go and experience in nature there. You can go to places like Manuel Antonio, the national park, where we have our home in Tamarindo. Is right next to a huge reserve area that you can go by boat and see all the crocodiles, birds, wildlife. I mean, monkeys running around. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Oh, I love that.
There's so many different things to see from the south of the country, Manuel Antonio, as Robin was saying. I mean, miles and miles of beaches that you would never see anybody on, and just pristine golden beaches,
And is it safe?
and it's very safe.
It's very
it
safe.
is. I mean, if you go looking for trouble, you can find it,
Right.
and trouble will find you. But the basics are, you know, if you get up early and go surfing or walk the beaches, have a fun day outside, and you're back home by 9, you're probably not going to see too many problems. And wonderful people.
What about
Really
being
friendly.
out and about, eating out restaurants and all that?
Exactly.
Is that safe?
Wonderful
Yeah,
restaurants.
Oh,
It's actually
sure.
one of the highlights for us to go there and enjoy. The
What kind of
kids,
food is
you know,
it?
you take your kids and you're arguing about whether you want to go for sushi or you know, you even really have to look for the Costa Rican style menu. It's
Right.
a lot of very American or world flavors.
World flavors.
I would
Because
say
there's
world flavors, yeah.
Argentinian steakhouses are
Yeah.
all over, Italian. It's a very eclectic group of people that live there, which is what we love. You hear
It's
French.
a lot of great seafood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
that would be your classic. Like a classic Tico meal is rice and beans, and then with
Ceviche.
plantain. Yeah,
Ooh, I love
ceviche.
ceviche. I love
Yeah,
ceviche.
and a fresh fish.
So if you're not in Costa Rica, do you rent this place out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you do? Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, we're
We're
Okay.
in the
just-
vacation rental industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of their thing.
Yeah.
It is, and we're
Say.
just about
There's a
to
theme here.
do a remodel there on that house, and it's going to be where we wanted to put our apartment up pretty high. So we looked at this wide open expanse, about 40 feet by 18 feet, and they were like, yeah, you can just build it up on stilts. It'll be good. And we looked at that and we're like, that's the size of a pickleball court. So we will have indoor pickleball court in
Stop
this
it.
house.
You guys are obsessed.
Very excited.
So it's going to be a hot place to visit.
But what I love is you guys laugh together and you're on
Yep.
the same page. You work together, you play together, you laugh together,
And we travel a lot
travel.
together.
And
Yep.
you know, I think what you said really, you know, it's ingrained now in my mind that you guys really like all the same things.
Yeah.
So that's what's so important.
Travel, food,
Well, it wasn't
fun.
so much. Well, okay, what I heard, I'll say this, is that they had a similar mindset. It wasn't so much like they see things, but they had
Yeah.
a mindset of how they wanted to do life together.
Yes. Oh,
And
exactly.
don't kid yourself
Exactly.
that we're the same people. We
Yeah,
are
that's
not.
why I wanted
Oh,
to
no.
clarify that.
Yeah, that's right.
So you guys have never had a fight. We only have a minute left. You guys have never had a fight.
Well.
So we're here
Heated
saving the
discussion.
planet,
One show at a
time.
time.
spreading love.
Wonderful.
Good show.
So what's your website again?
Movingmountains.com.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you.
That was fun.
Good. Good.
That sounds like a lot of
It's like,
fun.
whoa. It's like, okay.
good
Isn't
time.
this great?
Just
You got to
be-
meet Chet.